Welcome to on tonight's Clubhouse Live, the guys are rested and recharged as the Packers shift their focus to the Rams and the stretch run. And here to help us get back in a football state of mind is Packers safety and special teams ace Rudy Ford. What's the mindset in the locker room? Are the Packers thinking playoffs? We'll check in with Rudy and we'll have our usual fun too. Plus, we've got a fun new game planned as part of tonight's Clubhouse Live Challenge. It's time to get started, so let's open the doors.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Yep, we're hanging out again inside the Clubhouse Kitchen Bar, inside the Hilton Appleton Paper Valley Hotel, downtown Appleton, Wisconsin. I'm Brett Christopherson with the USA Today Network Wisconsin and the Post Crescent. We got a great crowd here on hand as we are through the bye week. How's everybody feeling tonight on this chilly December evening? All right, yes, I love the energy. We got a fun show planned. We got a great guest. And we got two really cool door openers, too. Let's give them a round of applause. How about Esteban and LJ from Appleton making sure we got the guy in, I should say. All right, so the bye week, as I said, it's all done. A much-needed break has come and gone for the Packers, who are back at it and preparing for these final 4 games of the regular season. Up next, Monday night showdown at Lambeau Field as the Packers take on Baker Mayfield and the Rams. All of a sudden, it's Baker Mayfield time. Hey, the very early forecast, folks, calling for a high that day of just 16 degrees, right? So you know it'll be a very frigid night at Lambeau. Will the Packers keep themselves in the race for an NFC playoff spot? We're going to find out soon enough. But look who's happy. It's Happy Vince. He's here. Football is back. He's happy because Crazy Ashley is back. Mean Gene is back. And he's happy because our guest tonight is Packers safety Rudy Ford. He's right here. We'll get Rudy over here to the desk in a moment. First, I want to thank our presenting sponsors, Cellcom, everybody. 'Tis the season to save. Switch to Cellcom and get up to $650 per line. Plus, save $200 on all smartphones and get a free smartwatch with a new smartphone line activation. Learn more at cellcom.com/holiday. Also, East Wisconsin Savings Bank. They help members build a wonderful life. Learn about all of their services at eastwist.com, and Munoz Family and Cosmetic Dentistry sitting right over there. Your Center for Dental Excellence, voted Reader's Choice Best Dentist, I should say, on this year's Best of the Bay. Let Dr. Sebastian and his team of professionals help you achieve your dream smile. You know why else Vince is happy tonight? Because the other member of our Clubhouse Live crew, Chicago Bears fan, Ricardo Arguello, is not here again tonight, everybody. He's always sick. We're sick of him, aren't we, Mean Gene? Right? But I don't know. This guy gets more vacation time than anybody I know. So how come I'm always here, Ricardo, and you get to hang out doing whatever it is you do? So no Bears Minute tonight. However, like he did last time, he does send a text message. Now, he sent this before he left, okay? So he said about this. He says, a bold prediction he has for all the Packer fans out there. Justin Fields will end up winning more MVPs than Aaron Rodgers. Bear down is what Ricardo says. Mean Gene, what do you think about that? That's what Ricardo is saying, everybody. So how about a chorus of boos for the Ricardo Arguello, anybody? You know he's watching. So once again, I got to do it all because he's not here. So, of course, this is a live interactive show. We do invite comments through our live chat. Nobody's monitoring the chat, so be nice to each other as you're commenting towards with each other. You can find them on our live chat, which can be next to our video viewer, and we'll go from there. Also, hashtag is Clubhouse Live for Twitter users. Give me a follow, please. I'm at PC Brett C. Ricardo is at Ricardo De Leon. Don't know why you'd want to follow him. And our Facebook page is facebook.com/Clubhouse Live, so please give it a like. All right. I brought the Vikings welcome mat back to the stage for Rudy to stomp his feet all over, maybe wipe off his feet. You know they're dirty. For that guy right over there, Vikings fan is sitting right there again. Hope you enjoyed that big old L with the to the Detroit Lions. So maybe Rudy can bring some more bad luck here to the Minnesota Vikings. All right, our guest tonight, he is in his 6th NFL season, his first with the Packers. He was signed by the Packers in August after he spent his first 5 seasons with the Cardinals, Eagles, and Jaguars. Our guest tonight was selected by the Cardinals in the 6th round of the 2017 NFL Draft, then went on to produce 59 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, 3 pass breakups, 2 quarterback hits, an interception, and 29 special teams tackles over his first 5 seasons. How about that for production? Tonight's guest has appeared in all 13 games for the Packers so far this season. He has 32 tackles, 2 interceptions, both against the Cowboys. Remember that? A forced fumble, a fumble recovery, 2 pass breakups, and 4 special teams tackles. Our guest tonight played collegiately at Auburn, where he appeared in 52 games and finished with 275 career tackles, 11 pass breakups, 3 forced fumbles, and a sack. And he led the Tigers in tackles in back-to-back seasons on his way to earning all SEC honors. He was a sensational running back during his high school days, once ranked as the top running back prospect, by the way, in the state of Alabama. How about that? Our guest tonight, at the time, I don't know if it's still the case, but he became the first football player from his high school in 29 years to sign with an SEC team when he did so with Auburn. Our guest tonight is a physical player. He's a fast player. His formal first name is Jonathan. Did you know that? But he goes by the nickname of Rudy. More on that in a moment. And our guest tonight, apparently it's tough to get him to smile. Well, we're going to work on that here. How about a Clubhouse Live welcome for Green Bay Packers safety and special teams ace? He's number 20. He's Rudy Ford, everybody. There he is. He's here. And Rudy, how about that for an introduction, huh? Should we do it again?
Oh, man, it was amazing.
Should we do it again? Just read all your accolades one more time?
No, we good. We good.
Well,
Yeah.
It's good. I'm glad you're here. I want to give a programming note. I mentioned it before the show. I'm going to mention it a couple more times. But the guys will be a bit busy, as we all know, next Monday night with the Packers taking on the Rams. So we're moving next week's show to Tuesday night. And that's not all. We're kicking off the show an hour earlier. So 5:30 p.m. for us next Tuesday. That'll give our co-host, Devondre Campbell, the captain, and his guest a little extra time to get back, rest up before you guys get busy on Wednesday morning, right? And so we'll do it again then the following week. But again, next week's show will be Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. And we will be giving away those Miller Lite deck tickets to the Packers-Vikings game at Lambeau Field on January 1st. You must be present to register and win. How about that? We're giving away some tickets right before Christmas Day. So there we go. Welcome to the show, and I'm going to say this to you right now. I'm going to say something that's going to make you and I buddies forever. War Eagle.
War Eagle.
Yes, there we go. We're going to hang out tomorrow night, or tomorrow during the day, right? What are you and I doing now that we're buddies?
Don't matter, man. What you want to do?
Whatever you want to do. I don't care.
We're in Green Bay, man. We can do.
You can hang out in Appleton, Green Bay, whatever you want to do.
You tell me, man. It's your city.
Well, actually, I'm kind of busy, as it turns out. I got a lot to work on, so usually the guys don't take me up on that offer, so you kind of caught me off guard. But how much do you despise the Alabama Crimson Tide, Rudy?
Oh, man. Yeah, I hate them.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's that rivalry like? Is it like Packers-Bears? Is it like Packers-Vikings? Is it more intense? How do you compare it?
Actually, it's just like the Packers and the Bears. I got a little taste of that. We had that first Bears matchup, how intense it was gonna be. I had no clue that it was like that. It was just like college again, Alabama versus Auburn.
Yeah, and you won the game. You swept them, much to this guy's liking. Mean Gene hates the Chicago Bears with a passion.
Yeah.
They still, you hear that one, Ricardo, wherever you are watching the show tonight. So, well, they're a little salty, Rudy. They didn't make it in the college football playoff, but they didn't deserve it. You beat Alabama one time your freshman year, right? Am I right in seeing that?
Yeah, we definitely did. Yeah.
Go up to Nick Saban and give him a little something there. You say a little message for the coach.
We don't really do no talking to him, but we got it done.
So this season, though, not so much a good deal for you. But did you and Jaron Reed, now he's your defensive lineman, he played at Alabama.
Yeah.
Did you guys have a little bet before the Iron Bowl this season?
Nah. No bets.
No bets? Why not? Were you a little worried about that matchup?
No, it was just, for me right now, I just been focused on the Packers right now. That's kind of been my focus since I got here, to be focused on the Packers. So I'm always rooting for our team, though, always.
The college days are done. It's time for the pros, right? Well, it's a good thing because Bama did beat Auburn 49-27.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing you didn't make a bet with Jaron Reed. But, hey, now you're from New Hope, Alabama, right? So how does as an Alabama kid, is it more Alabama or is it more Auburn? What was it for you as you were growing up?
My household was Auburn.
It was? Okay.
Yeah, it was Auburn.
So did you ever get a chance to meet Bo Jackson, for instance? He's revered down in Auburn.
I met him, and I also got recruited with Bama a little bit. So I met Nick Saban before.
Okay. So Bo Jackson, how revered is he still down at Auburn? One of the great athletes of all time, played in the NFL and MLB at the same time. Just turned 60, by the way, which shows that Father Time just keeps chugging along. But
Yeah.
what is he? He must be larger than life.
Oh, man, he is. He like the sheriff in town, man.
Yeah.
You're always going to see him around, high energy. So that's what you want, you know what I mean? Keep high energy around the guys. So it's always a great environment.
Yeah, him and Charles Barkley, also an Auburn guy. You ever get to meet Sir Charles?
Yeah, they got the basketball team rocking right now.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They're a pretty good team. Actually, in the Final Four recently, right? Back a few years ago, I think it was. Then they lost to Virginia, the eventual state national champ. So, all right, let's cut to the chase as we get to know number 20 here. Your defensive backfield, Darnell Savage, Rudy, a friend of the show. He had some scathing accusations levied against you when he said, he was reported as saying, quote, "It's hard to get him to smile," end quote. Now, and that was following your 2-interception game against Dallas. Is this true, Rudy, and what does make you smile? How are we going to get you to show those pearly whites here tonight? There we go. We did it. Right there. We did it. Why is Darnell saying that?
So when I go to work, it's always poker face. I just like to be focused, and just pay attention to detail at all times. That's kind of my main focus. Once I walk in the building, all the jokes, all the other stuff is like, I just kind of get that out. Don't even have it in my system, and just kind of I'm just focused, locked in on everything, attention to detail. So that way, I'm not missing any information or anything like that. I just want to be real focused on what my task is at hand. So that's pretty much why. But
you were smiling big after that 2-interception game that helped win the game against the Cowboys, right?
Man, I was smiling during the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were smiling as you picked that one off in the end zone and took it down the sideline right in front of Mike McCarthy. Well, let's cut to the chase, part 2. Now, your actual name is Jonathan Ford, right? But you go by the nickname of Rudy. Tell everybody how that came to be. And I'm sure you've told the story many times.
I got my nickname. My uncle gave it to me when I was young. But I got it from the movie.
The movie Rudy.
Yeah, he said it's from the movie. But it's different though, cause my talents and stuff. But I say we definitely, me watching the movie. You know what I'm saying, we definitely got the same type of heart. You know what I'm saying, just always keep going. But I'm much bigger than him physically. So that's a different matchup. But no, it definitely came from the movie. But it's actually very ironic though. Me and another Jonathan Ford is on the same team. We got the same exact name, same middle name, everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had the same middle name too.
Yeah, I'm getting some mail, man, and he getting the same thing.
Well, it's a good thing you go by Rudy then.
Yeah.
So that nickname stuck. You said you've watched the movie. So have you considered yourself an underdog? I suppose you come from a small town, right, in Alabama, and
yeah, small town. So it's kind of even when you do come from a small town, you go to a big university. They kind of it's kind of one of those happy to be on campus, but you always want to go further. You know what I mean? So my dream was always getting the NFL, play for it, and so that's kind of where I wanted to go. How determined he was in the movie. That's the same. It's the same type of thing is going on for me in my life right now. Actually, how determined I am to showcase what I can do in the league.
Otherwise, you're watching that movie and you're looking at your uncle saying, "You compare me to this guy? This guy barely got on the field for one play or two plays at the end of his college career."
Yeah. So I mean, but it's kind of flipped the script a little bit differently because like my NFL, you know, my first four was just like special teams, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then but then now, you know, even last year when I finally got cracked the ice with Coach Urban Meyer, give me the opportunity, him and also Coach Colin, a D coordinator from last year, you know, he was giving me an opportunity, and so I got to start nickel over there, and you know, that's kind of when things really took off.
There's still a moral to the story, though. So what's your message, though, for maybe folks out there, youngsters that you were in their shoes at one time? Maybe they come from a small town.
Oh yeah.
And how do you get to where you're at right now?
Just always. The main thing is always, you know what I mean, keep that determination. You know what I mean, never waver off that. You know, and whatever goal you set out to have, just continue to work towards that each and every day. And just don't ever like lose sight of that, no matter like whatever comes, you know, anything that comes your way, like it's negative, positive, or anything, just always keep that goal and just kind of stay focused on that, you know, because there's always things going to be around you, things coming here, you know, even if you get praises or if you don't get praises, but just always try to stay focused. So it's always that saying, never get too high, never get too low, just stay even.
It's even keel. That's the way to go. It's the way to go through life, right? By the way, how many times have you heard people say, Rudy, Rudy, and how sick and tired are you of that chant, Rudy Ford?
Oh nah, man, I love it. Now when I come to the Packers game, I be hearing on the sideline, Rudy, Rudy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, let's hear it here. Let's give a few Rudy. Come on, let's hear it. Let's hear it. Got to do it. Got to do it. So, by the way, made him. That's 2 smiles. Keep track how many smiles we get out of this guy, but. Who was the last person to call you Jonathan, and who, I'm guessing that only a select few are allowed to call you Jonathan, right? Like, I can't sit there and say, hey, Jonathan, what's up? It's got to be Rudy.
Yeah. I would say probably, like, the last person to really, like, call me Jonathan, besides, like, my college professors, was, like, my mom. She was probably the only one, yeah. She really actually called me that, yeah.
Everybody's got to be Rudy, right? Teammates got to be Rudy. Nobody's calling you Jonathan. That's for special occasions. So, well, let's look at your background here a little bit before we get ready for our first audience question. You're coming up in a little bit of a moment. So you were a standout athlete, New Hope High School, as I said, in New Hope, Alabama. That's kind of the northern part of the state, I believe, right?
Yeah, northern part.
And you were the top-rated running back prospect in that state. Now, check this out. His senior year at high school, 1,669 yards rushing, 27 touchdowns, and Class 3A All-State. Then you started your career at Auburn as a running back, but then transitioned to cornerback, right? So what the heck's going on there? I mean, you're a standout running back. You want to go downhill. You don't want to be backpedaling, do you?
Yeah, nah, man. It was very interesting, you know, how that all transpired. But you know, I get on campus. We had some good running backs. So, you know, we had Trey Mason at the time, which was good. And then we had Corey Grant was also fast. Cameron is Payne. So we had, like, a pretty nice running back room already. And then, like, just all the DBs is, like, hurt that year. You know, there's so a lot of DBs got hurt. And it was like recruitment all over again. Man. Hey, Rudy, come on over, man. Come play. You know, so I finally did with Coach Charlie Harbison and Coach Melvin Smith. You know, I just like, all right, I'm gonna go ask Coach. Then I just went over and just made the transition.
What was the challenge? What was the biggest challenge? How tough was it for you to learn?
The biggest challenge was just going backwards. You know, like
right.
Going forward, you know where you're going. Going backwards is like now we got to mimic these routes and these guys. And my first, my first DB rep was me going against Sammy Coates at practice. Mm-hmm. Speed. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
eye opener, I'm guessing. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now that you've got a lot of experience, obviously, and that's what you do in the NFL, do you like what you do better than playing running back?
Oh yeah, tremendously.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, can we see you though? Maybe tapping Matt LaFleur on the shoulder here a little bit. Say, hey, Coach, you know I can handle the rock here a little bit. I've got some experience. If you need another running back, maybe a little offensive weapon.
Yeah, I kind of like the defensive side right now.
You're gonna stay away, maybe not bug Coach a little bit too much. So, All right, so good stuff here. First segment with Rudy Ford, but Bill, you got to do it for Ricardo tonight. We have an audience question, don't we?
Yeah, it feels so weird wearing his skin. I don't like it.
No, we don't want to talk about Ricardo. No.
Just not my thing. All right, so we have our question of the night. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Tracy Santos from Appleton. Hi, Rudy. Do you ever know early on in a route if you're going to make a play for an interception based on what the receiver is doing, or is it always a last-second decision once the ball's in the air?
I would say like it'd be a little bit of both, you know what I mean. But I'm also reading the quarterback though, you know. So the quarterback he'll dictate most of like what's gonna happen, what's gonna transpire in his play.
There we go. Thank you very much, Tracy. Good stuff from you and Rudy. And time to take our first time out. Rudy, we're going to do tonight's stat pack right now. We're going to give a little love for Keyshawn Nixon, right? A guy that you know well, and what he has done since taking over the kickoff return duties, everybody. Check this out. Nixon, a friend of the show, he was on earlier. He ranks second in the NFL with 617 kickoff return yards. How about that? And he hasn't been doing it all that long. Keyshawn also ranks fifth in, I believe it's still the case, in kickoff return average at 24.7. He has at least one kickoff return of at least 30 yards in each of the past 3 games, and he entered Sunday's action as the only player in the NFL with at least one 30-plus yard return in 3 straight games this season. He's the first Packers player that can say that since Randall Cobb did the same thing in 2012. And that's not all about Keyshawn. Nixon had a league-best 7 kickoff returns for at least 30 yards heading into Sunday's games. Only Cobb has had more in a single season in team history. Cobb had 9 such returns in 2011 and 8 such returns in 2012. So how about Keyshawn Nixon giving a big spark to the Packers in that kickoff return game? So that's good stuff. All right. We're doing trivia tonight, Rudy. I'm going to need your help with this. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to ask a question. If you think you know the answer, you raise your hand. Rudy, I'm gonna let you decide who gets a chance to answer the question. So I'm gonna need you to survey the room. Now, the winner tonight, if they get the question correct, nachos and beer. That's what you win right here at the Clubhouse Kitchen and Bar. If you win, you are out for the rest of the show. We want to kind of spread the wealth. Sorry, live chatters, you must be here to participate. So here we go. Question number 1: The Packers only have 4 regular season games remaining on the schedule. Name those 4 opponents. Are we going to ask this guy right here in front of me?
First, yeah.
Dolphins, Vikings, Lions, Rams.
Got it right there,
There we
Rudy.
go.
Why don't you give him the nachos and beer? Very well done.
All right, man. Definitely.
That wasn't the order, but that was the 4 games. Rams, Dolphins on Christmas Day. You'll be hanging out at the beach while we're all freezing our buns off. And then the Vikings and Lions when we'll all be freezing our buns off together because those are home games. So there we go. All right. More with Rudy Ford, our next segment, Packers safety. Hey, Rosie, it's time for tonight's Clubhouse Live GIF of the Night. There it is. Look at that guy. He's doing a little dance. That's the GIF of the night because every Packers fan is doing a happy dance now that the bye week is over. Everybody's ready for the stretch run with the big Monday Nighter coming up against the Rams. First, how did you spend your bye week? What did you do?
Man, I just it's probably the first time I just didn't go anywhere. I just like slept all day, hibernated like a bear. Just slept all day
For one full week straight.
1 full week straight.
You didn't go home? You didn't go back to Alabama?
I didn't go anywhere. I didn't even get on no plane because we had a crazy plane ride coming back from Chicago.
Tell me about it. What happened?
So the plane, we get like a warning light. It was going to take off. We was getting a warning light. Then we waited and we took off. Then I guess it's like an air pocket or something. And the plane just went up. Hit one of those. And then after that, man, I was just, you know what, I'm gonna stay.
Stay on the ground.
You know what, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna sleep all day.
Stay on the ground.
Fill up. Yeah.
What, you ever get some antsiness, a little worry, some guys getting a little nervous when you experience that on the plane? Yourself included, maybe?
Yeah, oh, definitely, man. Oh, man, them planes are.
Yeah. What was that London trip like, though? Do you have any crazy stuff going on there? Or was that pretty smooth?
Nah, the London was smooth. You know, it was a smooth ride all the way there and back. London's a beautiful place, nice. So I like London a lot.
Maybe it's just flying over Lake Michigan or something. I don't know, but I'm with you. I prefer to keep my. I'll fly if I have to, but I prefer to keep my feet on the ground at all times. So, well, what is it like when you do go back home to New Hope? Are you like a celebrity, or do people leave you alone? Is that a little surreal when you go back as an NFL player?
Yeah. I mean, but at the same time, I'll just go back. I'll see my family, and then I gotta I'm kind of in and out because just how my job is. It's kind of like so. You only get so much time to spend, and then I got to go and train immediately, get my body back prepared to take on this long season for the long haul.
It is a long haul. We were talking about that. We'll get to that here in a little bit as far as the bye week and when it came. But so you say you're sleeping, you're hibernating, but obviously I'm sure you're doing some sort of livable activities during the last 7 days. But are you keeping tabs on football? Are you watching some games? Are you looking at the Rams? What was that was that Thursday night that they play against? Or am I mistaken that? Is that when they beat the Raiders, right?
Yeah.
Are you kind of watching all that stuff, or is it football is gone?
So for the most part, for me, I kind of like football is gone, so I just need to shut off for a little bit.
Yeah.
But then even now, the past couple of days, we turn on, watch film. Get back because it's go time. Once we start tomorrow, it's go time. We have, we have no room for error. So everything we do from here on out is very critical.
So are the guys back at the facility today here on Monday?
Yeah. So guys should be arriving today. We got practice tomorrow.
You do have practice tomorrow. Although he's not going to give you Tuesday off, right? After you had this, so we can't do anything together. I don't know what you're talking about here. I thought you still got Tuesdays off, but so what was it like? What was the buzz? What was the energy? Are guys kind of itching to get back on the field and get going here after the break?
Yeah, man, definitely. So we just came off of a 14-week plan, and no break, no bye week, and so the bye week came at the right time. So I get it was good for everybody. Just take a break, get away from the building, get out of the building for a little bit, and now it's we come back and get crunk up.
How tough was that grind? We were talking about it before the show. It was 13 games, right?
This is the first time I ever went through that.
Yeah, you're not getting a bye week till week 14. I mean,
Yeah.
You guys had to just be craving some downtime, right?
Nah, definitely, and it's definitely a grind. You know what I mean? To play 14 weeks straight, and not to have as many injuries as that normally could happen. It's definitely a grind to try to keep everybody healthy and just continue to try to fight to win every game. So it's definitely been a grind.
This time of year, I'm guessing, is it more mental now or is it physical? I mean, there's bumps and bruises, although you have the bye week, so some of those bumps and bruises should be gone. But is it a mental grind?
I would say definitely right at this point right now, because everybody's banged up and still got bumps and bruises. But at the same time, I would definitely say it's definitely mental. Even it's the frozen tundra.
Yeah.
So man, playing this cold weather, definitely you got to have the mental capacity to.
And it's
go
gonna
out
be
there.
it's gonna be really frozen here pretty soon. Winter is about to hit. We're gonna get some snow here maybe in the next couple of days. Rudy, are you looking forward to some snow?
Man, I'm going straight to Cabela's. I'm gonna grab me some hunting gear. That's what I'm wear around.
Get some Blaze Orange and stay nice and toasty warm for sure. But hey, now the bye week, we always talk about this year after year with the guys, but they always say it's time for self-scout time, right? Where you kind of review where everything is and maybe look at some things. And I guess how did that go for you? What did you find out about yourself as you look back on the film and thought about some of the games and the performances?
Yeah, so with me, I'm a very aggressive player, so even with that, being aggressive, it's got its pros and cons. So it's just kind of, for me, just go back, reevaluate, just to see what can I do better, as far as just things to work on, within this defense. So, how can I also be aggressive, and then how can I also kind of make sure that it's it's not gonna hurt in the long run. You know what I mean? So it's always things that you go back and you watch. I get so I say I have a good coaches, and they also watch film, and they also are very honest, and so that helps, everybody, you know what I mean, just with honesty, so just kind of knowing your pros and your cons of what you was able to showcase, because whatever you put on film, that's who you are. You know, whether you like it or you don't, that's just what you was able to put on film, and that's what you are. You know what I mean? So everything, you know. So I'm definitely want to always diagnose and figure out, you know, ways to get better and critique it.
Interesting that you bring up honesty, because that's actually my next question. I always think the self-scouting process is kind of fascinating because you have to be honest with yourself, right?
Yeah.
You can't sugarcoat it, right? So, but is that tough? But I guess that's the way you guys are trained, right? Because you're always coached up every play, every game, every week, every season, right? So I guess you're used to that honesty.
Yeah, nah, definitely. You got to take constructive criticism and, you know, and also, you know what I mean, just always, you know, like kind of look yourself in the mirror. If you don't like where you are or anything like that, you know what I mean? Like, how can I always get better? How can I make the situation better? So, you know, it's always like those approaches, you know, to that's why they say always be coachable.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the self-scout and looking at the defense as a whole, where do you think you guys are right now with 4 games to go? It hasn't always clicked, right? There's been some ups and downs, but how do you think you guys are trending? How do you put it all together for these last 4 games and give you a shot? Because you're still in the playoff race.
Yeah, nah. I think honestly, you know, the bye week came at the right time, and then the win we just had came at the right time also. And I think, you know, coming back, you know, it allow us to be a little bit fresher. And, you know, but at the same time, you know, we still finna play some tough teams that also are hunting for wins. So always, you know, we always got to be very, you know, at this point, you know, we got to definitely be critical of everything that we do from this point moving forward and make sure that we are paying attention to details.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of coming together, it's really come together for this guy in Green Bay, hasn't it? He's really seemed to have found a home. Playing well defensively on the back end and on special teams as well. Mentioned those 2 big interceptions against the Cowboys, but why has this been such a good fit for you?
I would just say, man, the culture-wise, you know, the coaches, man, the great fans we got out here, and also, man, just I think just the fit, you know, just kind of been in the building from just top down. Mark Murphy, just all those guys, Brian Gutesis. I mean, it just everybody, and just kind of how they kind of preaching that family, you know, family this, family that, you know what I mean? So it just kind of way that Green Bay is kind of built. I think it's like, it just reminds me of college, man, being back at Auburn, because we pride ourselves the same thing as the Auburn family, you know, all the way around. And so I just think that's been kind of the biggest thing, and then the opportunities.
How did that all play out? You know, obviously released right at like August 29th. I think 2 days later you're signed with the Packers. Why come to Green Bay? What was it about Titletown that drew your interest?
Yeah, honestly, talking with my agent, you know, and just the teams that I was about to go to. So it was talking, man. It was basically it was Green Bay, the Raiders, Kansas City, you know. But I think honestly, you know, picking Green Bay, they were just like their best fit, you know, for the opportunity. You know, it's going to just the situation-wise coming in, and then have an opportunity to come in and be able to play on defense right away. You know, so that was always the goal, is continue to showcase, you know, defensive skill level, and Green Bay gave me the opportunity.
Yeah, he's doing a good job, isn't he? Showing off that skill set multiple ways. A few more things, and then it's time for our social media question of the night. But you kind of referenced this a little bit earlier. You have a reputation. We've seen it out there. You play physical, right? You play fast. You play physical. Where did that physical mentality come from? Is that something you always had as a youngster? I think that's smile number 4, by the way. I think we're working on it. Here. But where did you get that? You were not afraid to mix it up and get in there.
Yeah, nah. I've definitely, you know, I've definitely always had it. Even when I was a running back, I always wanted to be like, I wanted to run the ball like Adrian Peterson. I wanted to have like a looseness like Reggie Bush. So I kind of tried to have all those type of things. So every time I ran the ball, even at a young age, it was kind of like I tried to mimic that. And then like once I made the transition, it was kind of like, well, I'm fast, I can cover like Earl Thomas, and I can also be physical like Cam Chancellor. So I'm kind of like kind of very unique because I can be like those two in the same body frame, you know. So I just kind of try to put that all together, and then just try to like, and then more as I watched, you know what I mean, I kind of wanted to hunt like Ed Reed, just kind of, he's a ball hawk, he wanted to go after, and he was also physical, you know what I mean? So I just kind of wanted to be like, just kind of model my game like that.
Yeah, well, working out so far for the Packers. Last thing, as I said before, the social media question that I got it right here now. Let's talk about perseverance from you, right? You've been able to forge ahead despite some tough setbacks in your career. I've got it right here. You ended up on IR your rookie season with the Cardinals, right? You had a knee injury, I believe.
Yeah.
Then IR with the Eagles. You had an abdomen injury, I believe.
Yeah, but I don't agree. I should have went on IR.
Okay. Go ahead.
Nah, it just you know, sometimes, you know what I mean, whenever you do get hurt, you know, it's just kind of, as a
There's
player,
a discussion,
you wanna,
right? Yeah.
Yeah, as a player, you want to definitely battle back and come back for the season. And then, you know, also, you know, the team just has to make decisions also.
Well, IR in 2020 for a stretch. You had a hamstring injury with the Eagles.
Yeah, nah. So that was a very interesting year, though. If you ever go back and watch it, everything I put on tape versus special teams, that's my opportunity came from. Just beating double teams the whole time. So I had this hamstring went out, and the next one went out the next week. But I had a great doctor, though, you know, and got me back.
Well, then I mentioned it, released by the Jags right at the end of August before being snapped up by the Packers. So where does the positive mindset come from, right? You kept fighting through the injuries, kept fighting through the career changes, different teams, and now here you are making a nice name for yourself in a short period of time.
Yeah, nah.
How'd you not get down on yourself?
Well, you know, for me personally, you know what I'm saying, I just believe in a higher power, you know what I mean, and for that, you know, even on my darkest days, you know what I'm saying, it's you know what I mean, it's, you gotta go back, you know what I mean, shut the door sometimes, you just gotta like pray, you know what I mean, and but you know, that's helped me, but you know, everybody's different and what they believe in and whatnot, but for me, you know, that's kind of helped me and kept me going.
Very good. How about Rudy Ford tonight? Yes. Well, that takes us into tonight's social media question of the night. It's Nick Wallander on Facebook, and he wants to know, Rudy, how does it feel to have quickly become a fan favorite player in Green Bay, right? Everybody loves this guy. Fan favorite. How does that feel?
Nah, man, it feels amazing. You know, man, it's a lot of love, and I definitely appreciate it. You know, I just want to continue to do some great work out there, man.
Absolutely. Do some great work. Continue to be a fan favorite. I don't know what Darnell Savage is talking about. This guy's smiling all the time up here. So good stuff for having his question selected. Nick wins a signed photo of Rudy Ford. Each week, we'll ask you to submit a question for our co-host or guest that we'll ask live during Monday's show. Look for it on Facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. All right, I'm going to do trivia question number 2. I'm going to leave it up to you, Rudy. It's your show. You're the star of the show. You can pick whoever raises his or her hand first. Here we go. Question number 2. We know Christian Watson, right? Another youngster doing some good things. He leads the Packers so far anyway in total touchdowns scored with 9. Who's second on the team in touchdowns for the Packers? You know Watson's number 1. Who's number 2? Guy about the... Go ahead. Yeah, come on up. Get your nachos and beer. You get the bell and you get the nachos and beer. It is Aaron Jones, our former co-host, right? Me and Gene, remember Showtime. 6 touchdowns on the season, 4 receiving and 2 rushing. Check this out, the Watson. He's only the 6th rookie in the Super Bowl era with at least 8 scrimmage touchdowns over a 4-game span. Now the others, Pro Football Hall of Famers Randy Moss, Eric Dickerson, and Edgerrin James. How about that? And then you throw in Mike Anderson and Clinton Portis in on that list as well. So how about Christian Watson doing some fantastic things? I'm sure it's been fun for you to watch.
Oh, man, definitely.
I mean, you guys probably have to go against him from time to time, all right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Number 9.
Definitely, man. You know, it's our lockers right beside each other, man. And, you know, we're just very, very happy to see, you know what I mean? Just from where he was, started this season, to where he is now, you know, it's just great to see. And that's also good about perseverance also.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was definitely it was definitely great to see.
Rough start and then kind of a rough stretch. Injuries, right, for him too. And all of a sudden, he's just been scoring a whole bunch of touchdowns. So, hey, Rosie, you know what I need? I need some music. It's time for tonight's Clubhouse Live Challenge. There's the challenge flag. All right. Here we go. Rudy, we're going to play a little game.
All right.
You have a chance to win some prizes for a contestant tonight, all right? So here we go. It's going to be a brand new game. The game is called Who in the Heck Said It? Who in the Heck Said It? Now, this is a new game as inspired by our guy right there, Mike Cruz. All right? He kind of brought it up to me, and I thought it was a pretty good idea. Now, I'm going to read you a quote. And you have to tell me who said it. Now, in this case, will the quote be from the great Vince Lombardi, right? The greatest coach in NFL history, or will it come from the movie Rudy? Huh? Did Vince Lombardi say it, or did somebody in the movie Rudy say it, right?
Put me on the spot.
Now let me. You said you watched the movie. Now, by the way, I watched Rudy as my Thanksgiving morning tradition. I always watch the movie every Thanksgiving day before I fill my belly with turkey and
See,
stuffing.
I
mashed
missed it
potatoes.
this Thanksgiving though.
You missed it Thanksgiving. Well,
Oh, man.
you've seen it. You've seen it. You know the storyline. You probably have a pretty good idea. Now, there will be 5 quotes, and each quote will have a prize connected to it. Okay? So if you get the quote correct, you win the corresponding prize for tonight's contestant, which happens to be, she's sitting right over there. It's Marge Etter. Marge, raise your hand. She's right there, right in front of you, no pressure. If you get the quote wrong, our contestant does not get that prize. So our contestant could win up to 5 different prizes.
All right.
The prize package tonight, I'll lay it out as we go along. It's worth $5, I think. It's an incredible prize package. The prizes do increase, though, in coolness as we go along, okay? So here we go. 5 quotes. Who said it? Vince Lombardi or the movie Rudy? Now, quote number 1. The prize tonight is, Marge, you could win this, a Go Pack Go Miller Lite Packers can koozie. Okay? Yes. Worth 5 cents. Now here we go. Who in the heck said it? Having dreams is what makes life tolerable.
Do we get the help from the crowd or just
I mean, I don't know. I'm just...
we got Rudy?
Rudy is correct. Yes, Marge. 1 prize for you.
All right.
All right. Quote number 2, and the prize, it is a USA Today Network Wisconsin ice scraper. Everybody loves the ice scrapers. And folks, at the Frisbee, folks, you're going to need this ice scraper in a few days because we're supposed to get some sleet, some snow, and some cold weather. Here we go. Who said it? Who in the heck said it? It's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get up.
Boom. Lombardi.
Say it again.
Lombardi.
Lombardi is correct. Yes, you get the bell.
All right.
All right, Marge, the prize package continues to climb. This prize package number 3, Clubhouse Live sunglasses. ClubhouseLive.com sunglasses. I'll put them on. I'll even ask the question. They've been used. You can disinfect them. I'm nice and healthy now. Here we go. Who in the heck said it, Rudy Ford? Perfection is not attainable, but if we chase perfection, we can catch excellence. You have to say it to make it official.
Vince Lombardi.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, now here we go. 3 for 3 in Who in the Heck Said It. The next one, check this out now. This is nice. A signed photo of Rudy Ford. Right? Look at that. That's a great picture. That is a great picture of Rudy Ford. Here we go. Who in the... is he smiling? No, he's got his mouth guard on. He looks like he's going to tear somebody's head off. Who in the heck said it? The problem with dreamers is they usually aren't doers.
We got Rudy.
Rudy is correct. That's 4 straight. You're doing good. It's amazing how you know all these quotes. Last one. The 5th prize is a Aaron Rodgers blanket. Look at that, Marge. Now, will your husband allow you to wrap up with the quarterback here maybe tonight, huh? Look at that. Kind of get all cozy with number 12. That could be yours, and it's getting cold outside. So here we go, Rudy Ford. Who in the heck said it? You don't do things right once in a while. You do them right all the time.
Yeah, Vince Lombardi.
Vince Lombardi is correct. Rosie, how about some championship music?
There we go.
5 for 5 in the inaugural game of Who in the Heck Said It. Marge, you're going home with the can koozie, the ice scraper, the gently used sunglasses, the signed photo of Rudy Ford, and you're going home with the quarterback. You're wrapping up with the quarterback tonight. Yes, how about a round of applause for Marge and for Rudy Ford tonight? Good job, Rudy Ford. You know your stuff, and obviously you know the movie Rudy. You know those quotes, right? The best quote in that movie is what when Fortune, the guy that worked at the football field, said, "You're 5'0" 100 and nothing." And I'm thinking to myself, that's not Rudy Ford. He's not 5'0" 100 and something nothing, and barely a speck of athletic ability. So I think we got to talk to your uncle here a little bit sometime and get him on the show.
Oh man.
We change that nickname here a little bit. So hey, Rudy, we're winding down. And it is the holiday season. Now, Marge is not the only one going home with gifts tonight. I've got some gifts for you. Maybe to give to your uncle. Somebody in the family. Somebody who has a man cave, right? Who's got memorabilia, right? Probably jerseys, signed photos, all that stuff. And you're going to add this to your collection. Excuse me. My voice still tough. But this is Rudy Ford, ladies and gentlemen, after intercepting the Dallas Cowboys. There it is on the screen as well. You look like a running back after those interceptions, right? I thought maybe you were going to score on that one. That is for you to take home and hang on your man cave or give it to a family member. And then we got to go back to college. War Eagle, there's Rudy Ford. That might have been you as a running back. I'm not sure, toting the rock there, wearing the Auburn blue and orange right there. So how about that?
That's the pick six.
Say that again. What was that?
I said that was my pick six.
That was your pick. Okay, pick six. You look like a running back, though. You got that ball right tucked in. So there you go. Some stuff for your man cave. I don't. We have another audience question, maybe if you want, Tracy. You have some time, but we'll ask you one question before we get over to our audience question. But we talked about this in the back room, and I mentioned it in the intro. The weather's getting cold. All right. Next Monday night, we're talking a high that day of 16 degrees. What do you think the low means? We're talking single digits. We're potentially talking wind chills in the sub-zero category. Yeah. Now, how's an Alabama kid loving this weather?
Wow.
Yes.
I tell you, man, Cabella's gonna be my best friend.
Right. Right. Are you gonna? Now we talked about this too. Are we gonna see Rudy Ford in sleeves that night or no sleeves? What do you shoot? Sleeves or no sleeves, everybody? They're saying no sleeves, Rudy. What do you say?
Yeah, I gotta put the sleeves on. I gotta do the sleeves.
Sleeves are going on, but maybe some Vaseline on the for some of those guys that don't wear sleeves. But hey, you're not fooling anybody. We all know you're cold. Even all of us from Wisconsin, we know you're freezing cold out there. So, by the way, is Matt LaFleur going to make you guys go outside and practice this week? He has to, doesn't he?
Oh yes, yeah. Since I've been here, they do not believe in that indoor at all. Outside, let's go.
You might as well just tear down the Don Hudson Center then, right? What's the point of that building?
You might as well, man. We outside.
Yeah, you're outside. Yeah. Well, you have to be, right? And you're Green Bay, Wisconsin, and you got to enjoy the elements. So, hey, Bill, it looks like Tracy's got another question for Rudy Ford tonight.
Yeah, it looks like you have to suspend your disbelief just a little bit. It's Tracy Santos.
I know.
Rudy, when you study game film, is it all from the same angle, or do you get to see multiple angles, especially maybe on penalty plays, pass interference?
Yeah, no, so it's all from different angles. Yeah, we call it front, tight, wide. I mean, it's just different, but it's all different angles, though. So you're able to, on any specific play, like, say if you watch a guy's interception tape or something, right? Say you prepare for a quarterback, you watch his interception tape. So you could see what went wrong. If it was a lineman, rushing coverage with the D lineman getting through first, then the quarterback wasn't able to see, so he just threw it up. If he throws it blindly, so it's just kind of so you're able to diagnose and see what type of what type of opponent that you're about to face. It's just, this is a quarterback. Does he take chances? Does he not? Also like how the receivers, how the running backs, you know, you're able to really see, you know what I mean, actually, you know, whenever you do watch, you know, just kind of, you're able to pick up on just small tips, you know, you can see, like, what does, basically, like, you be able to read anything. So whenever you're watching, you just kind of, like, you get every angle, so you can see if there's any, like, hand gestures, if that goes on. What do receivers like to do, you know, like, what are their favorite steps, what are their favorite routes, you know, so it's just kind of like, you just kind of want to, like, when you're studying, so you're able to see basically everything that you want to see.
Great question, great answer as well. I'm curious, how long does it take to go through film of a single game? I mean, you must be, if you're talking like minute details of hand gesture, you must be rewinding that stuff constantly.
Yeah, so to watch, just like going through like one game, I would say definitely, you know, it can be well up to like, I mean, if you want to get real detailed with it, like if you, to be on point, I would say, well, like in one day, you definitely want to spend like 2.5 hours, to 3 hours, just watching film.
And they got your video department has it all like broken down, I'm guessing, in like segments and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So if you're watching the Rams, you got to watch multiple games in, so right, and trying to study these receivers and all that stuff.
Yeah, definitely. But then you got like the course of the week also. So even when you come into work, you're always watching film, even at work. And then when you leave work, that's just you know, it's like extra. It's like your homework, you know. So you just kind of go back, review, go back and watch. You know, maybe it'd be something that you may have missed, you know, and you just kind of want to get like, okay, let me see if the lineman gives me a pointer, or let me see if the quarterback does something that he didn't do last game. You know, it just kind of, what was their game plan for this game? You know, every game is different because it depends on the defense that they're facing also. So you just kind of go and, okay, how does this match up versus our defense? How does this going to match up versus us? So you just kind of go back and look for things.
Come on now, you call like homework. Come on, everybody gets sick of homework. Right? Come on now.
Yeah.
You know, you be honest. You're getting a little sick of watching that game film sometimes, all right? You don't want to do that all the time.
Yeah, nah. I mean, you don't want to do it all the time, but at the same time, you know, like you want to be on point. You know what I mean? So you don't want to go out there and not know what you're doing. You know what I mean? It's
you
like,
got to do it. Yeah.
Why didn't see this route? You know, and then it's like, what? You didn't see this route? What do you mean you had all week? So you definitely want to go and just make sure that you, you know what I mean? Because, you know, we play this game for these 6 months, you know, so you definitely want to make sure that you're focused and you hone in on much detail as possible.
Can't blow it off, obviously. Hey, technique of being a good gunner on special teams. We asked Keyshawn this too, but it's more than just racing down the field and trying to break double teams, right? I'm sure there's a technique to it.
Yeah, nah, man. It's definitely, I would say being a gunner is probably like one of the toughest positions. It doesn't get as recognized as most, but it's probably one of the toughest positions on the field. You know, you're going against double teams, and they're allowed to hold you. So it's kind of like you gotta, like, it's like a fight, man. You gotta get off, and also you gotta go from like 0 to 100. So it's like a sprint. So it's like being at a track meet. You gotta go run. You know what I mean? So gotta use Usain Bolt the whole time, and you also gotta try to like fight to get these guys up off you.
I'm always amazed that you guys can keep your cool because of all that fighting going on, the hand checking. You already, the adrenaline is flowing a big time, so it's amazing how you guys can keep your cool. But you mentioned this. You, Keyshawn Nixon, and Christian Watson. Now, who wins in a 100-meter dash? Now, Keyshawn thinks he can beat everybody in the world when he was here, right? Now, who's winning that? Because you can run like a 4.240, right?
Yeah, me, I'm the fastest.
Oh, there we go. They're always the fastest, these guys, right?
I'm the fastest, man.
Okay, who's the slowest of the three?
Who's the slowest? Jeez. I would have to,
they're all pretty darn fast.
You know what I mean? Because, you know, I say I'm at the top, and then after me, I don't know. They got to race, man. I got to see them race.
Set it up. Is that part of your 4x1, right? You three, and then you got to find one other guy.
Yeah, I mean.
And are you running the anchor? Because I think Keyshawn thought he should run the anchor.
He think he want to run the anchor?
Yeah.
Let me see the first leg or the anchor. What I would do, but yeah, it don't matter.
All right.
You know, but if he loses now on an anchor now, it's all on him now.
Yeah.
You gotta it's all on him.
You might want to talk to him about that when you see him in the locker room tomorrow, and maybe refresh his memory of who the fastest player on the team is. It's this guy right here, Rudy Ford. Last one, keys to getting on a roll and taking down the Rams, staying in the playoff hunt. As you study the Rams, what would some keys to victory from your mind from a defensive standpoint?
Just defensive standpoint. Really, I'll say the keys for us is just always, man, keep the ball in front. No, don't get no like blown coverage. You know what I mean? Just do what we do, and don't try to don't go out there and just not try to play as what, you know what I'm saying? Because we do have a good group of guys on defense, and you know, we all kind of play. You know what I mean? We can really do some good things on defense. So, you know, I would just say, you know, for us, for this week, you know, let's all continue to go in, get better, focus, see what our game plan is, and let's go attack it.
Go attack him. How about Rudy Ford tonight attacking the show? All right, time to go up north. That's where Ricardo and I typically together would predict the upcoming Packers game, which is Packers-Rams Monday night at Lambeau Field. Now, Ricardo's not here, but again, he had sent me a text before he left. He has made a prediction. And let me see if I can find it here on the text. Here it is. This is what he says. I'll spell it out for everybody. R-A-M-S. Bear down is what he's saying. He's saying the Rams are winning, everybody. What do you guys think? Me and Gene, what do you think? Rudy, I wish you could have met Ricardo. I wish you could have met him. You could have just driven him into tomorrow. You could have knocked him through that wall because he deserves it. He deserves it.
Yeah.
He's picking the Rams. Well, I've got the victory visor back because I think there's still some magic. It worked with the Bears game. It's going to work against the Rams.
Let's go.
Going on my head. How about Packers 27, Rams 17? Rams coming off that unlikely comeback victory over the Raiders on Thursday night, 17-16, led by the newly acquired Baker Mayfield. Mayfield throws interceptions, though, doesn't he? He throws some picks, right? And you know who catches interceptions? This guy, Rudy Ford, right? Look for some more opportunities, courtesy of Mayfield for number 20 in that Packers defense. And I think they're going to get a couple picks on Monday night talking about the Packers. The Rams have really struggled offensively, mightily so on the offensive end. That's not going to change Monday night. A new quarterback's not going to make the difference. Packers 6-1 against the Rams in the Aaron Rodgers era, right? They always beat the Rams. Make it 7-1 with the Packers relying on their 1-2 punch of Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. I think they get in the end zone. Christian Watson gets in the end zone. This guy's going to get in the end zone with a pick six. What do you guys think? He's going to join Devondre Campbell as the only defensive guys with pick sixes. So there we go. A few more things before we wrap up. I want to give a shout-out to Packers News, the app. Exclusive commentary, insider analysis, and award-winning photos and videos from USA Today Network, Wisconsin's Packers coverage team. The Packers News app is your one-stop shop for complete coverage of the Green Bay Packers. Unlimited digital access right now to the Packers News app, and PackersNews.com can be yours right now for as low as 99 cents for the first month. Check it out today. All right, that's a great deal. Also want to thank our three presenting sponsors one more time. We have Cellcom, East Wisconsin Savings Bank, and Munoz Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Again, by the way, another reminder to switch to Cellcom and get up to $650 per line, and also save $200 on all smartphones and get a free smartwatch with a new smartphone line activation. Learn more at cellcom.com/holiday. And thank you to our supporting sponsors. We have Shields, we have Escort Limousine Service, Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear, Mayfield Sports Marketing, Mike Thiel and Eric Lives here, the Hilton Appleton Paper Valley Hotel, and Bobbles Galore. Now check out this bobblehead. This is Jordan Love, right? Number 10, Jordan Love, a friend of the show. Awesome Jordan Love bobblehead from our friends at Bobbles Galore. Bobbles are the perfect last-minute Christmas gift. Visit bobblesgalore.com today and receive your order. Maybe it's this one, Jordan Love, in time for Christmas, all right? So get on that. That's a great Christmas gift. One more programming note. As I said earlier, next week's show will take place at Tuesday, 5:30 p.m. right here. So please make a note of that, an hour earlier than normal. Our co-host, Devondre Campbell, the captain, he's going to be here with a teammate guest. And again, we're going to be giving away those Miller Lite deck tickets to the Packers-Vikings game. You must be here to register and win. Doors open at 4 o'clock. All right, I got all my business taken care of. This show doesn't end until you give everybody here the final word. What do you have to say to all these great fans here in person and watching live online tonight?
Oh, man. I'm just so, thankful, honored to be here, man. Thanks for having me. But go Packs, go.
Keep those claps coming for Rudy, and Ricardo, wherever he is, and the rest of the Clubhouse Live crew. I'm Brett Christopherson saying so long. Be back here next Tuesday night, 5:30 p.m. Devondre Campbell's going to be here. A teammate guest is going to be here, and so is that guy. Mean Gene's going to be here. Mean Gene, take it away.